What if the solutions to our biggest problems, I'm talking world hunger, clean energy, what if they already exist but they're being hidden on purpose? So today we're going to dig into a fascinating university ethics paper that makes exactly that claim. It's a journey through history, suppressed technology, and the very nature of power itself. The paper kicks things off with this really powerful question. Just imagine holding the key to solving world hunger, but that key is locked away behind a patent. Is it right to keep it from people just because their country can't afford it? And that question, right there, is the jumping-off point for this whole investigation. But this isn't just some abstract thought experiment. You see, the author uses this question as a launch pad to dive into this hidden history of information control. And let me tell you, the claims it makes are seriously wild. The argument goes to some pretty unexpected and startling places. All right, so first up, the paper introduces this idea of the gatekeepers of knowledge. It basically says that throughout history, there have been these three specific groups that have consistently decided what we get to know, and more importantly, what we don't. And who are they? Well, the paper points to these three: religions, governments, and corporations. The whole argument is that each one of them has a really powerful reason for keeping certain things under lock and key. So let's take religion first. The idea here, and you can see it right in this quote, is that a major job of religious institutions is to protect their core beliefs. So any information, scientific or whatever, that challenges that dogma, well, that's seen as a threat, something that has to be controlled. Okay, then you've got governments, and for them, the big justification is almost always national security. It's this super powerful concept that lets the state legally classify any new invention it thinks could be a threat if it got into the wrong hands. And last but not least, corporations. For them, the paper says it all comes down to one thing: money. Information isn't just knowledge, it's an asset, it's intellectual property, it's their competitive edge, and it's profit. So protecting that data is absolutely essential for them to survive and grow. So what's interesting is, the author argues this isn't just a random thing that happens now and then. Nope, it's presented as this long historical pattern of secrecy where the main gatekeepers of knowledge just kind of changes its uniform over the centuries. And you can really see this shift over time. I mean, back in the 1500s, it was the church calling the shots, executing Giordano Bruno and silencing Galileo just for saying the Earth revolves around the sun. But then you fast forward to 1951, and that power has moved over to the state, and now the government has its own powerful tool for controlling information, the Invention Secrecy Act. And this isn't just ancient history. To bring it right up to today, the paper points to this number. Over 5,700 patents were classified under that act as of 2017. Think about that for a second. That's thousands of inventions that are completely hidden from the public, all in the name of national security. Kind of makes you wonder, right? And that, of course, is the million-dollar question. If all this stuff is being kept secret, what is it? This is where the paper's claims get, well, pretty wild. So, according to the insiders and scientists that the paper cites, we're not talking about slightly better weapons here. We're talking about technologies that could change everything. Things like classified energy systems, anti-gravity propulsion, stuff that could supposedly make our entire reliance on fossil fuels obsolete. Now, the paper is really clear these are claims, but they are absolutely at the heart of its entire argument. So, why? I mean, if this kind of game-changing tech exists, like the paper's sources claim, why in the world would it be suppressed? The author boils it down to two simple things: power and profit. In this quote right here, which the paper attributes to the financier J.P. Morgan, just says it all. He allegedly told Nikola Tesla this when he cut the funding for his research into free, wireless energy. It's the ultimate example the paper uses. If you can't slap a meter on it and sell it, it's not going to happen. So this is where the paper really brings it all together. On one side, you've got the official reasons. The stated goals, like national security or corporate growth. But on the other side, the author points to what they argue are the truly devastating consequences. Game-changing technology gets suppressed, science gets held back, and real human suffering just continues when it doesn't have to. And it's not just about energy or transportation. The paper takes this same argument and applies it to other, let's call them forbidden areas of research. It brings up work by people like Dr. Schwartz and Dr. Botkin in things like grief therapy and even spirit communication. And the claim is the same. These discoveries are pushed aside by the mainstream because they threaten existing, profitable industries.
Okay, so after laying out this whole history of secrecy and suppression, you have to ask, what's the solution? And believe me, given how big the alleged problem is, the proposed solution is just as bold.
The paper puts forward this really radical idea called a full disclosure policy. It's championed by one of its main sources, a Dr. Stephen Greer, and the idea is just simple and total. Declassify everything, release all the suppressed tech, all the hidden info, and give it to the public, all of it at once.
But yeah, the paper is also realistic about the consequences. I mean, can you even imagine the public reaction? Finding out that, as the sources claim, solutions to some of our biggest global problems have been locked up for more than 50 years? The outrage would be absolutely massive.
And to kind of bring it all home, the paper lands on this quote from Albert Einstein. And the message is pretty clear, right? The old ways of thinking, all about secrecy, power, and profit, are what created this problem in the first place. So to fix it, we need a totally new way of thinking, a new consciousness that values sharing knowledge more than controlling it.
And that's really the final, provocative question the paper leaves us with. If all these incredible claims about suppressed technology are scientifically testable, then why aren't they being tested? Is it really just a lack of evidence? Or is it because, as this paper argues from page 1, information is the ultimate form of power, and the people who have it will do just about anything to hold on to it? That's definitely something to think about.